Hi, Eric Gibaud, ericgibaud.com, and today I'm going to tell you what I ask camera makers for 2022. So let's start. Well, actually, I think they should not make new cameras, just better what there is, but they will not listen to me anyway. But it doesn't matter, I'm going to give you my small list of brands and what I think they should better for their next cameras. So let's carry on. So let's start with the camera, the brand I use most, Olympus. So first of all, now it's called OM Digital Solutions. I'm not used to the name or still. So OM Digital Solutions with the camera called OM System. Okay, there are no cameras so far, but I have some lenses already with OM System. Okay, so first of all, please try to be have more presence in some countries in Central South America. Many people want to try Olympus, and it's not there. Okay, second. You should, I say you as if I speak to Mr. Olympus, okay? So they should better the menus. Menus are a complete disaster. They're hard to understand, hard to learn. The learning curve is really steep with Olympus menus, okay? So maybe they should check Canon menus that are really simple, really clear, and probably for me the best menus I've seen. And I think they should get inspired by this kind of menus, okay? Second, please don't abandon entry-level gear. When I see the new lenses Olympus is getting out, they're all higher prices and higher level, and I think it's a problem if it becomes really a niche market like Leica. I think they should not forget the entry-level gear and what they offer. And last thing I asked them, and many people asked them, is to have a substitute for the Pen F, to get a Pen F Mark II. When they stopped making this camera, many people were really disappointed, and they were already asking for Pen F Mark II. So first, they don't even get it, and the Pen F Mark I is not made anymore. So please produce it again. I think many people want it, and the Mark II would be really welcome. So let's go to Fujifilm. Fujifilm, same thing, more presence. There are many countries where people would like to have Fujifilm and you cannot find them. And there's one thing I think they need to do is to get weather sealed more of their cameras. You have the X-T4 and the X-H1 and the X100V. This one only if you put a filter on it, but I think the X-E4, I do not understand why it's not dust and weather sealed. Okay, why? Because many people want to have a small camera and still be able to change lenses. Not like the X100V, you have a prime lens and you cannot even change it. But many people have an X-T4, and when they travel, they don't want to bring the X-T4 or other Fujifilm camera they have, and then I think it needs to be weather sealed. Okay. Another thing, every time Fujifilm gets a new camera out, they add some film simulation. But very often, even if they're interesting, it doesn't justify buying the new model, the new camera, the latest camera. So I think they should give the option to add a film simulation via firmware. And to me, it would not be a problem to pay extra. You pay an extra for a new pack of film simulation, and you install it in your camera. That would be okay. Would be fair if price is good. Is all right. Okay, a fair price. Okay, but I think that would be a good option. And then I think they should get into the IBIS system in a massive way, not just the X-T4 and X-H1. I think it needs stabilization on the X100V, X Pro 3, XE. Most of the cameras, they should start to put IBIS in there. Okay, this is really a step they should do. Okay, Canon, my big friend Canon. Okay, I'm going to ask you one thing, Mr. Canon. Please do not abandon the reflex market. There are many countries like South America, in Africa, in Asia, where people don't have the economy and the money to get into the mirrorless world. Okay, and there is a big market of second-hand lenses for reflex camera, and this is for them the only solution to have a camera for many of them. So it's important you do not abandon the reflex camera. It's a bit like the Volkswagen Beetle. When they stopped to make it in Europe and in the US and many countries. During many years they still made the Beetle, the Volkswagen Beetle, in Mexico and in Brazil. Well, same thing. At least for this market, keep making reflex cameras, please. Don't forget them, because they want to make they want to make pictures with your camera, and they cannot afford the latest camera. So please don't abandon and keep making some reflex cameras. I think Canon should also start to have APS-C sensors with the R mount. Why? Because they have the Canon M, but it's a kind of camera Canon is not really taking care of it. They don't really make things better. They got out the M50 Mark II after several years waiting for it, and they just added basic things like streaming. This is ridiculous. So get some good APS-C camera with an R mount. And something else that I think is really almost fraud. Many people are buying R mount cameras like RP, R6, R5, and they've been promised that they could use their EF and EFS mount lenses using an adapter. The problem is, except with the Canon R, it's not included with the camera. And there are many people who have been waiting for over 1 year to get this adapter if they want to have the Canon one. There are some third party that are making it, but still people want the what's been promised. And this is unfair, because they step into the mirrorless with the R mount and really expect to use their EF, EFS lenses, and they end up unable to use them, and they end up spending more money than they thought. And this is not fair. You have to be honest. So get this ring really available, okay, easily at a fair price. Nikon. Well, first of all, I wish Nikon to get better. They've been going bankrupt for almost 5 years now, and I hope they will better and survive. It would be really sad that a brand like Nikon would disappear. So I wish you all the best. Now, regarding reflex cameras, same thing as for Canon. Don't forget these markets where people don't have as much money, or don't want, or cannot spend, or don't want to spend, and keep making reflex cameras, new or better reflex cameras. Don't abandon this market as it seems you're going to do, okay? Then, keep your promises. I reviewed the Z50, and there are two lenses, APS-C lenses with Z mounts. Now there's also a new one, a 28mm, but you were giving the sensation you were going to get many more lenses for this kind of cameras, APS-C sensor with Z mount, and nothing. So this is not fair, because you're just killing your baby. So please, I know you have financial difficulties, but you should get more options, more lenses, APS-C mount. Sony, Mr. Sony, father of most sensors. Well, I don't know why Sony has not bettered definitely their colors. I know that in RAW and post-production you can adjust the colors, but skin tones are still not there. And this is incredible, so you should fix that forever, okay? Same thing with white balance. If it's in automatic white balance, there is still stability problem. Sometimes with a stable light situation and stable color situation, you make 10 pictures and they don't all get out with the same color. So it forces you to fix the white balance, and then in post-production adjust it if necessary. It's a nightmare. So many people are complaining about this. Same thing with bending and hot pixel. If you do long exposure photo, there is still some bending problem and hot pixel bending. We have this stripe that appear, and you should fix that. This is urgent, because people who are happy with the Sony camera, they start to do a night photography, long exposure, and then they say, oh, what's wrong? What is this color dot, this red, blue, whatever, or this band here, what is that? Well, you have to fix that. Pentax. Well, Pentax, wonderful Pentax. Where are you? Where are you? Because since Ricoh bought Pentax, or is actually distributing Pentax, It's impossible to find Pentax in many places. Even here in the Canary Islands, that belongs to Spain, that part of Spain, you cannot find Pentax unless you actually buy it remotely or order it, and then they bring it to you if necessary, some shop, or they send it. But it's really complicated to find Pentax. So I don't have technical advice or opinion about it because simply I cannot find Pentax. But you are dying of because of your lack of presence. And one day, no one. Sometimes I say the word Pentax, the brand Pentax, and people say, "What? I never heard of Pentax," which is really sad, no? So you should better your presence. Then Rico, well, the father, the owner, or the distributor of Pentax. Rico, first, please fix that Pentax distribution problem. And about your camera. Your camera seems to looks like a vacuum cleaner. The Ricoh GR2 had serious dust problem, and you need to send to the technical service to fix it because it's a camera you cannot open and dust gets in there. And you were supposed to fix it with the GR3. It seemed it was fixed, but after a few months, people started to say again, I've got dust on the sensor again. So you did not properly fix it, and this is something you should fix, especially for this price range, this price tag, which is not low. And most people use this camera for street photography with situation, or travel photography in situation where there is dust. So you must fix that. Panasonic. Well, Panasonic with the Lumix S line, it's important you better the autofocus because many people are complaining about that. I know some are complaining also about autofocus in the G series, okay, but let's speak about the S1. You should better that a bit. And second, I think you need to make a new substitute for the FZ300, which is a bridge camera, a fantastic bridge camera, but now it's really out of date. If you look at the Sony RX Mark IV, which is a lot more expensive, but it's better, or the Nikon P1000, P950 are a lot better now. So the FZ300 is still one of my favorite bridge camera. You need to replace it and make something more up to date, okay? Leica. Well, Leica, I cannot say about their prices because Leica prices are what they are. But I think that when you get such price tags, you must have the perfect service and perfect quality control. This is incredible, but I know several people who bought Leica Q and Q2, and what? Dust in the viewfinder. This is incredible for a camera that costs over 4,000, not 400, 4,000 euros. This is incredible. Obviously, Leica does not get into argument. They give you a new one, okay? They replace it. They don't tell you, we'll fix it. No, they give you a new one. But Leica is not what it used to be. The quality control is really down for many years now. And the quality is not what you can expect for that price, okay? So Leica, get your act together and give us again the quality control and quality you were giving before, okay? Hasselblad. Well, I'm not going to speak about the H series because this is a more specific series. I don't normally see them, okay? But I'm going to speak to about the X1D. That is a competing with the Fujifilm GFX, and I think the X1D is Mark II. They got it out also, is getting out of the race. Okay, why? Because Fujifilm have added like IBIS. They've added I think it's weather sealed also. It's true that they work only in 14 bits with the same sensor, and the Hasselblad has 16 bits, and color science is really precise. But still, I think they're losing market share there, and some people want Hasselblad because they're also leaf shutter, so you can synchronize flash at any speed, okay? But still, I think they must better that urgently because Fujifilm GFX is just eating them that fast, okay? And if we look at their digital back to put on analog cameras like the 500 series, well, I think people want, people who buy that kind of cameras, of digital bag, they want a square sensor, the same as you had the CF V16, the first one that had a square sensor, and that was wonderful. So you must get a square sensor again, because first people were used to use square, and in analog and film photography, and with that camera, okay, but still right now, if you do this rectangular sensor, it's not practical to use it on the side if you want vertical or horizontal. So at least if you don't want to do square, do it that you can actually turn it. Phase 1 had a back like this. You could actually turn the orientation of the sensor. It was really great. So if you don't want to do square, do that at least. So I think this is what I ask you. Then, speaking about phase 1, well, nothing to say about, because I've seen one phase 1 once in my life in a photography event, but normally, I don't know, this is, I've not touched them enough to tell you more details about the phase 1. Then you have brands like Kodak, Sanyo, they make like compact cameras. I don't have much to say either, because these cameras will almost don't see them anymore, so I can't say much, okay? Now, to every brand, I would say the following things, okay? Many are stopping putting a battery charger included, okay? Some put just a simple cable like a Fujifilm, other put a charger and a cable, and you have to plug it into the camera. Please get chargers where you can remove the battery from the camera and place it in the charger. This charger we had always. I know that they say it for they don't put chargers anymore because of the environment and contamination, all this, but this is an excuse just to save money. Why? Because really you cannot charge at the same time your smartphone, your tablet, your whatever, your computer, all this, and your camera. So people end up buying an extra charger anyway. So put the charger, okay? I think it would be good. And also it's important because if I get my Fujifilm with a small cable, I plug it into the charger, and there is a problem, electrical problem, who is responsible? If I tell Fujifilm my camera fried, and they say, yeah, but it's because of your charger, it's not my problem, and the phone company that or maker that sold me the charger will say, yeah, but this charger is for my phone, it's not for your camera, and who's responsible? So now, come on, put chargers and stop this story about environment. This is a big lie, okay? Also, stop putting micro USB connectors. Everything should be USB-C. Everyone, if you still have micro one, get them out. And cameras should be chargeable, not only removing the batteries, but also every camera should be chargeable directly in the body. Although I don't like it, but it can save you to do it. And most than chargeable, I think the battery rechargeable, I think would be good to be able always to do it with the camera switched on and keep working with the camera while charging. Not every camera allows you that. And then for a brand that have mirrorless cameras, please get this battery more lifetime. You don't make enough pictures on one battery, okay? So I think it would be good to better that. So that's it. This was my wish list for 2022 for this brand. Maybe I forgot one or two. Please don't get offended. Sorry if I forgot one. But that's it. So I hope you like the video. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. The small button down here and also a small bell. If you click on the bell, get notified when I upload a new video. My website, Gibaud.com. If you have any question, can leave a comment below. Also leave you links of my gear on Amazon, links to everything I've tested by K&F Concept and Sandmark, and link to my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. Please take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye.